Hi, this is a training session for the housekeeping department for all of you new employees. First, I will introduce myself. I am a crew leader. My name is Jaden, and I have been here for 3 years, and I'll be the lead of this presentation. The purpose of this presentation is to introduce you all to our way of cleaning mindfully, efficiently, and in a very timely manner. Learning how to work with others in a very cooperative environment here is very important, and always encouraging our use of critical thinking skills, open communication, and always asking a lot of questions. So here under our standards of cleanliness, our big motto is if it's dirty, it probably needs cleaning. So our list of do's are wiping down all surfaces, which means tables and countertops, windows when they're smudged or dirty, and patio areas. Vacuuming always, because there are always hair, crumbs, and particles that we are not seeing that we need to be vacuuming up. And then mopping. We always have a Swiffer on hand, but a lot of the mopping, the little spaces like bathrooms, can be done easily by hand. So checking every nook and cranny is another important one, because there are always lost and found items and a lot of garbage in drawers and cupboards and behind furniture. If you aren't sure, ask, because it probably needs to be cleaned. Our list of don'ts includes behind stoves and fridges, locked closets, crawl spaces, are a lot of the things that we do during deep cleaning at the beginning of the season, so we won't be touching that during our summer months. Maid service is a big one that we don't do. So if a guest comes up to you and asks if you can clean their room while they're staying there or touch it up in any way, you can politely decline, but you are allowed to give them any towels or other toiletries that they are needing. Something we'll be talking about is group work. Getting to know your coworkers is really important, because you will be working with every individual in this department by the end of the week, as we work in randomized groups every day. Use a technique of routine to your advantage. So getting to know your partner and seeing if you guys can figure out some sort of routine or strategy that works well for you will definitely help the process. Helping each other, especially with the little things. An example of this would be if somebody is upstairs and you are downstairs, and you want to call up to them and ask them what beds are dirty, what sheets we need, what towels or toiletries we need. That person, you can go grab that. And so everybody isn't going up and down the steps too many times than necessary, to speed things up a little. And then just maintain a reasonable level of communication. Keep the visiting to a minimum, try to. Our critical thinking slide is a question that you should be asking on a daily, probably. Can I do this on my own? Under yes, we have usual routine, which means everybody should be doing their own individual task at a time. So this means no two people should be doing or changing the linens on a bed. No two people should be in a bathroom or in a kitchen or vacuuming. Cleaning up heavy messes is something that we just have to suck up and do. Everybody has to push through and do that. And then changing a duvet is also another thing that you can do on your own, especially if it's a twin-sized bed. Under our nose is moving particularly heavy objects that you need to get behind for some reason. Maintenance replacements like light bulbs are something that will need to be written up, so just talk to your crew leader about that. And then next, we're talking about communication. If you see something, say something. Share any new information that you get from either our head of housekeeping or other coworkers that you know is true, so that everybody stays on the same page. Use your voice and speak up on anything unusual that should be reported, things like broken furniture. And make sure to spread positivity. Leave your worries at home so that our environment can keep positive and respectful all day long. Conclusion is do your best. Make sure to have that open communication always. Work in teamwork always. And have fun. Moving on to questions, some commonly asked ones are, when are our breaks? We have a 30-minute lunch break at 12 o'clock every day, and then 2 15-minute breaks that you can choose when and where you want to have those. How are guest tips split? Those are usually split equally among groups when they find them in rooms or units. And will there be full-time hours? This is sometimes yes and sometimes no. It just depends on the amount of rooms that we have per day. So are there any other questions that I can answer for you?